Bailiffs have dismantled a protest camp in East Yorkshire after anti-fracking campaigners ignored demands to take it down. East Riding Council sent in eviction specialists to pull down tents and a wooden tower. Protesters have been outside the Rathlin energy site near Walkington since May last year. Well, our environment correspondent Paul Murphy is live there tonight. Paul, what happened today?
Well, Tim, the latest we have is that there have been 3 arrests for a variety of alleged public order offences. This site remains sealed off by Humberside Police. The clear-up's continuing longer than East Riding Council expected it would. The road is expected to reopen in the morning, but that is far from being the end of the story here at Crawberry Hill. In what was a carefully planned operation, the police and a specialist team of eviction bailiffs moved on to the Walkington site at 10 o'clock this morning. The road was immediately closed by the council under an emergency order, and the BBC was prevented from filming the enforcement. But footage of the demolition of wooden towers and the removal of tents was streamed on social media.
Over a period of time, the number of structures and the scale of those structures has grown to a point where they have become a hazard to the highway. They also encourage people to occupy those structures, and again, in the context of this particular piece of highway, that is just not appropriate.
The camp on a grass verge near to an oil and gas drilling site was set up to protest at a controversial form of shale gas extraction called fracking. The energy company involved has not fracked here and says it never will. It was May last year when protesters first arrived and set up camp. 2 months later, and following a court order, a wooden tower at the entrance to the drilling site was demolished and 6 protesters were arrested. At the beginning of December, East Riding Council ordered that all caravans, tents and wooden structures should be removed within 35 days, an order that was ignored. And so today the council brought in the bailiffs.
If they were concerned about safety, they could have liaised with the police like they do every day and made sure that the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit was enforced.
We think it's really important that the camp stays there to monitor what's going on after the problems that we've seen, and that it is completely unnecessary.
Will you rebuild the camp?
The people who've been living there and the protesters who were there are determined that they need to stay to watch what's going on and to monitor what's going on and register their protests. They're not going anywhere.
The council says it will designate an area of the grass verge here for protest, but has warned it will be back again if the camp returns. Humberside Police say they've arrested a number of people during what they've described as an eviction operation.
So we've seen those eviction measures today, Paul. What happens now?
Well, Tim, make no doubt about it that the protesters will be back with another camp. They've said that to us tonight. Equally, East Riding Council has said that they will be back to enforce this order, which will just continue. And caught in the middle of this dispute between a protest group, a private company and the council is Humberside Police, which has had dozens of officers here today, dozens of officers here in previous months. And it will continue to be here at a time when the force will argue it can ill afford this drain on its resources in what is a civil matter.
Paul Murphy, live in Walkington. Thank you for that.